What's up guys, welcome back. This is our hack for beginner need. Literally in today's tutorial I'm gonna be taking you through everything that you need to know to link CSS to HTML DOM. You need it as a beginner. It is important for you. In order to style any content that you have on your web page, you probably need CSS to do that. And in order to style the properties or the content that you have on your web page as a web developer, you need to know how to link CSS to HTML DOM. In order to do that, and we have three main ways of doing that. We have inline styling, number one. We have internal styling, number two, and we also have external styling, number three. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. If you are a beginner and find it difficult to link CSS to HTML DOM, or maybe you don't know anything about it at all yet, this video is for you. Okay, but before I explore, I want you to subscribe to this channel. Okay, if you haven't yet, if you are a beginner and have a clue, a serious mindset to learn web development, this channel is for you. So subscribe to this channel and drop comment down below whatever problem you are facing concerning this video. Don't worry, drop comment down below and I'm gonna help you with that. So without much ado, let me take you inside a PC to teach you how to link CSS to HTML DOM using these three main methods. Okay, so let's get in. Alright, here we are on the PC. Our text editor is already up and running. So what we need to do is create a file. I already have my folder, empty folder, which is linking file. It doesn't matter what kind of name you give it, right? So let's start on. Okay, so let me create a file which is going to be index.html. Okay, so hit enter. Great. So all I have to do is to type in right here. Let me see. We have our HTML DOM right here. So what we need to do is to start, applying our style sheet for you to see how it goes. Okay. So we have three main ways of linking CSS to the DOM or styling the DOM. Okay. Which is, we have internal styling, we have external styling, and we also have inline styling. Okay. So I'm going to start with internal styling. So internal styling is a styling where if you want to style any kind of property which is inside here on the body section, you just provide the CSS property which is style sheet. Okay, the CSS property style, and then good. Again, you can also decide to provide this style sheet on the body section, write your HTML and CSS code all together. But sometimes this might sound overwhelmed. If you are building a complex project, it might be so difficult for you to come back and learn it, or it's not gonna be clean. Your code ain't gonna be clean. Okay, so putting it on the head section here is a good way to go. Okay, so this is internal styling. So I'm just going to create a div right here, and give it class. My bad. Let me give it a class name which is going to be container, right? So container, inside the container we're gonna have h1 tag. We're gonna have h1 tag, and I say I love coding, right? Great. So internal styling is just like this. Let me start to style it for you to see. I can't write CSS code outside this particular tag. Okay, I can only write it inside this style sheet property. Okay, so let me just call the container and say background color is going to blue. Okay, and we have color is white. Okay, and we have width which is going to be 300 pixels, and we have height, so it's going to be 300 pixels, and that's it. Okay, but I'm gonna start, a bit of the h1 tag. So let me, oops, my bad, let me provide the main container first before. So I'm gonna say text transform capital. That's it. I'm not gonna trick myself with this. Okay, so let me just open it for you to see what we're doing right here. Okay, so as you can see, we are having a problem down here. Here too, we're having a problem. Okay, so the container name wasn't right, that's why we didn't see it working. Okay, so let me save it once again. As you see it works. I love coding. The background is blue, the color is white, the width and all that. Okay, so that is internal styling. You provide the style sheet on the head section and then start to style your properties or your containers. Okay, that's inline style. Okay, great. So let me delete it and let's go on to the inline styling. Okay, so let's go on to inline styling. Well, inline styling is a styling where you just need to provide the CSS tag here on the container and start to style it. Okay, so with this kind of styling, you cannot create a class or ID and call this. You can only style it within the container. For example, you just provide this CSS tag, okay, and then start to, let's see, style it. Let's see, background color, which is, let me change it to red. Okay, let me change it to red, and then the color of the text, the color of the text is going to be black. Okay, great. So let me start this one too. It's like let me just say text, let me just say text transform capitalize. Great. Okay, let me just save it and let's see. Okay, as you can see, it changed. We don't have the width no more, or maybe the height is no more working. So let me give it a height and width. Let's see, height 200 pixels, and then let's see width 200 pixels, and let me hit save. You can see everything is working down here. Okay, or maybe if I change this color to, let's say, the color is black. Okay, it is here. Okay, let me change it to white. Okay, let me hit save and let's see, it changed to white. Great. So that is, inline styling. Okay, great. So let's move to external styling. Okay, we talk about inline styling. Inline styling is a styling where you can just style everything within the container, right? We talk about internal inline, so we're now going to talk about external styling. So external styling is a styling where you need to create a separate folder, a separate file, and start to, link internal styling. External styling is a styling where you just need to link, create a different file and link the file to the HTML DOM and start to write your code. For example, you can create a CSS file right here, like we call it index.css. Okay, so the name, this kind of name could be literally any name that you can think of, but make sure this name remains the same. HTML or CSS, make sure it remains the same. Okay, so let's start writing our code. But before we do that, we need to link this file, CSS file, to the HTML DOM in order to write code and see it working. If we don't link it, I don't think it is gonna work. Okay, great. All right, so I'm just going to clean all this. Oops, my bad. All right, but this, we need to give it a class name, which is going to be container. Right, container. Great. Then I'm gonna say I love coding again. All right, so let me save it. As you can see, it comes back to a default mode once again. So I have my empty CSS file here. So what I'm gonna do is to link this to the DOM in order to start this. Okay, so to link it, just tap link and you will see CSS. It, Visual Studio Code help you pop this up for you to literally do it easy. Okay, so type CSS right here, and what you need to do is to change the style name to the kind of name you give to this file. Okay, if you give it the same name as from this, you just need to provide a name. Okay, so we say index. As you can see, it pop up. Okay, all right, that's good. Here we go. So we just link it like that. So let me paste our previous code. You see right here we have an error. Why? Because you are now writing CSS in a different separate file, so you don't need this style, this tag. Okay, if you were doing it internal or inline, you need the style property, but when you are doing it outside a different file, what you need to do is just provide the link right here. Right here, that's it, and you are good to go. Okay, so let me save it. Right, let me just quit it and let me go back again, open with Lifesaver. All right, as you can see, I love coding. When we go here, we have background color, width, transfer, height, text transform, capitalize. Okay, so everything is working. So that's external styling. You create a different file and then link it to the HTML DOM like this, and then style the properties that you have on the DOM tree without having to write even a single CSS code on the DOM tree, which will make it clean. If you are having a clue to build complex project, this procedure is for you. Okay, but if you are building a simple project, you don't need to worry about this. Okay, using the using the internal and then the inline styling is good for small project, but this is best for huge and big project. Okay, so with that, this will be the end of the video. So if you're having any problem with my explanation, or if you're having problem with this tutorial right here, I recommend you to drop comment down below, and I'm gonna help you with any kind of problem that you're facing or that you're going through. Okay, right, see you in the next video. Great.